Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Discriminating Gamer. You know, I finally saw my doctor yesterday, and I showed him that rash on my butt. He got all weird and just ran out of Walmart. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to go ahead and take a look at Rome Total War from CCC Games. In Rome Total War from CCC Games, 1 to 4 players take on the roles of either the Romans, the Carthaginians, the Barbarians, or the Greeks as they die for dominance of the Empire. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this point in the review, I usually begin my rules breakdown. I usually provide an overview of the rules and then I tell you what I think. I'm not going to do that in this video for one important reason. I don't understand the rules. I don't get them. I can't remember the last time I devoted this much time to trying to understand a game, and I got bupkis. Now, usually when I read a rule book and I don't get it, I don't understand it, once I get the game to the table and I start working it out and things come together, and I learn, that's how I learn the game. But I actually had gotten this a while ago, and we tried to get it to the table a few times, and we just, for one reason or another, we never did. And I have read the rules several times leading up to this game. Like every time we tried to play it, and I'd read the rules and whatever. So I'd read the rules, and my friends had read the rules, Mike and Ray, and we sit down to play it, and we can see, okay, you've got these agents. They can do these different actions. The agents on their agent phase, they can bribe or assassinate or do all sorts of kooky things. And then you've got the army movement, and you can move your armies on the board and attack, and there's a combat system there. So we're playing through this game as best as we can. And as we are playing through it, we keep asking ourselves, now, are we doing this right? Or I think we're doing this right. Are we doing this right? And it's hard because the game doesn't even have like a really good setup. At the beginning of a rule book, somewhere you should have a setup. And it doesn't have that. In the rules, it says, no, you put stuff on the board as it comes on. Okay, well and good, but you needed that sooner in the rule book. You needed to kind of have an actual setup in the rule book. And so we're going through and we're playing it, and then we get the armies on the board, and we start doing combat. And as we're playing combat, we're like, okay, but wait a second, what does this symbol mean? And we're looking through it, and we can't find this stuff. And what does this mean? And we can't find it. And there's stuff in the rule book that's laid out that we think, oh, this is going to explain it, and it didn't. This was seriously the most frustrating experience I have had trying to learn a game since Hitler's Reich back in, I think it was 2018 or 2019, from GMT Games. That game was a bear to get my head around. And this one was worse. We eventually figured out Hitler's Reich. I'm not even going to attempt to do this one again. It has taken way too much of my time and my sanity to try to understand this game. I've looked on BGG. I've looked through, there was kind of a simplified rules thing that I still didn't get. I know that I think the designer's been active on there, but stuff just still didn't make sense to me. This was not a pleasant experience. And this is a shame because on paper, this looks like the kind of game I love. You've got armies and dice combat, and the dice have the symbols. We didn't know what the dice symbols meant. It's got, agents and political stuff going on, and there's economy here, and you can build buildings and stuff, and everything looked like, from afar, something I would love. And it was just horrible. One of the worst experiences I've had, as I say, trying to learn a game in years. On the Cody scale, I was really thinking about this, and on the Cody scale, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. Why am I giving it such a high rating when I didn't actually play the game? Well, for starters, it looks good. This is a high quality production. The minis look good. I got they sent me the gold coins with it. You've got upgraded buildings you can get, and the artwork is really good. And I'm a sucker for all of those things, so I like it on that level. And then I'm not completely cutting the legs off of it because I'm hoping there is a good game in here somewhere. I think there probably is if it could be explained better. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. I wanted to love this game. I was expecting to love this game. I loved the video game. I used to play Rome Total War all the freaking time on my PC back in the day. I love Rome Total War, the video game. And I wanted so much to love this board game, and it's just bad. Like I say, I'm hoping there's a good game in there somewhere, and I think there probably is, but I don't know that I've got the patience to learn it. So my recommendation, as I say, is a 3 out of 10 on the Cody scale. This was not a pleasant experience for me. Thank you once again for joining us today on The Discriminating Gamer. As always, we'd ask you to please leave a comment for us here on YouTube, on Board Game Geek, on our Facebook page, on Twitter. We'd ask you to like and subscribe to all of these. It's very important that you like and subscribe to this channel. That means a lot to us. And if you like what we do here, please check out my other channel, that is Cody Carlson, PhD, where we talk about history, military history, books on history. I even post some of my lectures on that channel. Please subscribe to that. It would mean the world to me. And if you do really like what we do on this channel, I would humbly ask you to click on the Super Thanks button and leave a tip. My house has a nice ceiling. It's not the nicest ceiling, but it's up there.